They attempted to conceal this law from the public, but I managed to locate it, and what I'm going to reveal could completely change your perspective on the US financial system, cryptocurrency legislation, and the alleged ascent of XRP as a settlement rail. Let's make something plain right now. A law mandating that XRP, Ripple technology, or the XP ledger become a required US payment rail has not yet been formally passed by Congress. Nevertheless, this hasn't stopped a massive online speculative wave that has been triggered by obscure payment modernization proposals, digital asset task forces, real legislation, and political movements that people think may be indirectly opening the door for something very significant. Today, we're delving into the theories around H.R. 9002, a measure that some analysts believe may be a component of a broader effort to update the U.S. payment system. Is a bill that has been mentioned by cryptocurrency experts on YouTube, Reddit, and Twitter as a potential cascade in a much larger scheme. When individuals saw that the language in a number of actual legislative measures pertaining to digital payments, settlement speed, cross-border remittances, and financial modernization strangely resembled Ripple's own goal statements, they started to speculate. These legislation, such as the Electronic Currency and Secure Hardware Act and the Payments Modernization Act, discuss digital infrastructure improvements, real-time interbank communication, and quicker settlement. Additionally, the cryptocurrency community started superimposing Ripple's technical documentation over the wording of these laws, despite the fact that none of them reference XRP Ripple or the XRP ledger. The hypothesis quickly surfaced. What if H.R. 9002, a figure frequently mentioned in speculative forums, was the type of comprehensive modernization that may eventually draw politicians to Ripple-style settlement rails? People have even started labeling members of the U.S. Congress who they think are covert XRP bulls in theory-based circles. These lawmakers have discussed issues like digital dollar infrastructure, innovation, and cross-border conflict. They have never declared their support for XRP. However, people started to imagine that they were secretly supporting the adoption of Ripple-like technologies behind the scenes because their talking points conceptually aligned with Ripple's objectives. When terms like interoperable settlement architecture and instant end-to-end financial messaging, which, to be honest, are similar to ideas Ripple has promoted for years, were used in some congressional hearings, the speculative conversations became even louder. It wasn't proof, just unadulterated pattern identification that is enhanced by the XRP community's enthusiasm. This brings us to the theory's most intriguing component, the assertion that banks may be compelled to utilize XRP in order to comply with new rules governing digital settlements as a result of this enigmatic bill. Once more, this is all speculative. In actuality, no congressional bill requires the usage of cryptocurrencies. However, proponents contend that institutions may willingly use XRPL-style rails if U.S. banks were ever forced to transition to a more effective settlement system, and if Ripple technology offered the quickest route to compliance. According to academics, here's where the notion of a required shift enters the narratives individuals create online, not as a necessity of the law, but as an unavoidable result of technology. Then the urgency set in. Although it wasn't based on an official timeline, some content creators and community members started promoting the idea that people had 30 days to accumulate before enforcement. This idea spread like wildfire because it fit the energy of the speculation. A countdown, a ticking clock, an impending regulatory shift that could allegedly send XRP skyrocketing. With this fictitious pressure, individuals started speculating about huge price projections, such as 10,000 XRP, based on the notion that a payment mandate supported by the U.S. government would make XRP the most sought-after liquidity asset globally. Is this based on reality? No. Is it an interesting aspect of the fictitious situation? Of course. This is where financial imagination and entertainment speculation come together to create the exciting stories that keep the cryptocurrency community buzzing. As more people were interested in this thesis, they started contrasting Ripple's international alliances with the modernizing initiatives taking place within U.S. institutions. Ripple has participated in central bank digital currency pilot programs worldwide and currently collaborates with a number of foreign banks. Theorists suggest that the United States may eventually view Ripple's track record as a trustworthy reference model when combined with the country's gradual but growing interest in digital currency investigation. Whether it takes the shape suggested online or not, they envision House Resolution $9 trillion, a digital payment infrastructure modeled after Ripple's concept. In addition to legislation, this speculative fire was fueled by the political environment. While some members of Congress have praised blockchain technology, others have criticized antiquated financial lines and sluggish settlement processes. Crypto enthusiasts started making connections between these remarks and their own forecasts. They envision Ripple being discussed in secret panels. They envision aides to Congress investigating the XRPL. They envision rapid settlement and Ripple technology being discussed as the most tried-and-true solution, leading to the formation of bipartisan agreement. Once more, none of this is verified. However, it's the sort of political mystery tale that enthralls viewers and provokes never-ending discussion. The global context comes next. China has already introduced digital currency. Europe is making rapid progress, and the United States, which frequently has slower bureaucratic processes, may soon feel pressure to speed modernization. XRP was created especially for settlement, so it naturally enters the minds of theorists. Speculators anticipate that when America does act, it might select the fastest, most scalable system available. They believe it to be the ideal solution for compliance, global liquidity, and real-time payments. According to them, Congress is supporting technologies that can connect the old and new systems. House Resolution 9002, in their opinion, is the first silent step in that direction. Even though there isn't a congressional XRP mandate, the XRP community was already producing schematics, imitation documents, breakdown videos, and visualizations by the time these hypotheses gained traction. This is the strength of speculative storytelling. Because it enables individuals to envision a significant change, it stimulates conversation, creativity, and high levels of involvement. That leaves us with the central query. Would Congress ever enact legislation that subtly encourages the adoption of Ripple-style settlement rails by American banks? Is it possible that payment modernization laws could eventually be so similar to Ripple's architecture that banks will opt for XRP-like solutions? Is it possible for America to embrace a digital infrastructure similar to what Ripple has already developed? Though speculative pathways that the crypto world loves to explore, these are possibilities rather than predictions or confirmations. And I hand it over to you at this point. Do you believe that technology like Ripple's might eventually be supported by Congress? Do you think certain U.S. lawmakers support innovation more than they seem to? Do you believe that banks may adopt quicker settlement solutions as a result of payment modernization? And do you think that any of this might eventually affect the long-term value of XRP? Tell me in the comments if you think the idea is true, if you think legislative rumors are untrue, or if you simply enjoy analyzing high-stakes crypto situations. We go into every aspect of the world of digital finance, so if you want more analyses on intriguing cryptocurrency hypotheses like this one, press the like button and subscribe. Disclaimer: please keep in mind that I do not hold a financial advisor license. To be honest, the content in these films is only meant to be entertaining. Before making any financial decisions, I always advise viewers to do their own research and speak with experts. Many thanks for listening. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Additionally, if you want to be the first to know when I release new stuff, make sure you enable the notifications. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. Be careful.